Alright, this is my 08 JK, and we are getting ready to replace the front axles with the RCV joints. There's the stock axles with the U joints. We're replacing those. This is what comes with the front axle kit. They're for an 08 JK Rubicon and a Dana 44 front axle. Comes with the two red boots, trademark boots, the two axles. That eliminates the U joints. They're supposed to be, everybody I talk to says they're pretty much bulletproof. Some lube, 6 bolts, and an install tool. And I'm following the instructions for putting these on from the website called jkowners.com. Step 1 is put it up on jack stands, remove the tires, and then either before or after loosen the axle nuts. Next, you remove the two 21mm caliper bolts, then remove the three 12.13mm bearing bolts. Just remove the caliper and set aside on a bucket or something so you don't put too much pressure on the lines. And then remove your rotor. Then you remove the three 13mm 12-point bearing bolts, and these ones are really tight. It's coming.
Just do this. Okay.
Next, you remove the 5mm ABS Allen that holds the ABS sensor, and pull that out, and then you can just pull the axle out. Okay, so after you move your ABS sensor, take your bearing and pull your shaft out of the axle housing. Got to make sure your steering knuckles are lined up to fit it through. After you pull out your axles, you have to, if your fluid is too high in your diff housing, it's going to run out your tubes, and that's exactly what happened to me, so I'm catching it, kind of. Alright, so this is the driver's side RCV brand new axle, and you put a little lube on the splines.
Get your camera on there.
Here's, turn it so that it'll seat when you put it into, into the differential. So you can reuse the plastic axle guys, but this front end is sleeved, so you don't do that because it has the, from Evolution Off-Road in Fullerton, we had it sleeved to strengthen the axle housing. So you just slide it in. Okay, so you put the red boot in the steering knuckle, in between the steering knuckle and the inner C, line it up, and then you come in with your new axle, and you push, and then you have to line up your splines and get your boot to seat over the ball. So now you just put on the dust shield, the bearing, 3 bolts, put the rotor back on, caliper, and keep going. Okay, so we're back to reinstall. Got to put the dust shield on with your 3 bolts from the back. Make sure that your ABS sensor can fit through. You have your 13 millimeter socket, 12 point, or at least end wrench. Grab your bearing and light up the ABS sensor in the right place. Drop the ABS sensor down into place as I go, make it a little easier. Light up your bolts. Just want to also make sure to put a little Loctite on my bolts. Make sure you tighten your 5mm Allen on your ABS sensor. And they say to torque it, but I just getting it nice and tight. After tightening your ABS sensor and your 3 bearing bolts from the back, put your rotor on. And your caliper, and then tighten the 2 caliper bolts. .21mm caliper bolts again. Torque your 2 caliper bolts to 120 foot-pounds.
The brake pedal?
Yeah. Replace the axle nut, a little bit of Loctite, and torque it to 100 foot-pounds. So 30, I believe it's a 35, I'm using a 36. Tires back on and you're done.